that's my background. I have 3 offices. I have 2 in Baltimore, Maryland. That's where I'm from. So I'm a Ravens fan, as you can see by the pictures behind me. And I have 1 here in St. Petersburg, Florida, which where I live right now. So I'm here in Florida, and I love it here. So I'm a practice owner, and I help people with their health, and I've been doing that for over 20 years. And now I'm doing a little bit of social media advertising, some consulting. I have rental properties. I hold a lot of different things. I'm a father. I'm a husband. So I do a lot of different things, but at heart, I think I'm a business person and an entrepreneur. That's what I love. I love to create things, and I'm passionate about health.
Okay, well, now I know why I really like you, because that's kind of us, you know,
Yeah.
Little bit of everything, love the challenge. And so tell us, I know you had, and we got to be compliant. I know as a doctor, you understand this, but you have seen massive improvement
Yeah.
personally with Protandim.
Yeah.
So as compliantly as you can tell us briefly, tell us, I know you had some hip pain going
Yeah.
on. So tell us what you noticed. And then I want you to tell us about your dad a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I tell you, first of all, I was angry that I haven't heard about this before. I don't know why it didn't come across my plate before 3 months ago, but fortunately it did. And I was experiencing for myself some degenerative problems in my right hip. And as a chiropractor, I didn't want to do anything that wasn't a safe, effective, natural. And I knew some of the options that I was going to be looking at was like anti-inflammatories, cortisone injections, possible hip replacements, and things like that. I didn't want any part of that. So fortunately, I met Dr. DeLucia, which may not everybody know who Dr. DeLucia is, but he's involved in the company too. He's been with LifeVantage for a long time. So I met him, and I told him, I said, Doc, I'm aging. I'm 54 years old. I just turned 54 last month, and I didn't like it because I started to feel my body getting older, different things. Up until 54, it was funny because I just never experienced age-related things before. Because I always kept pretty healthy as a chiropractor. I eat right, I exercise, I get adjusted, all these things. So anyway, this hip pain, I didn't want any part of it. So Dr. DeLucia said, hey, Rob, I have a product I want to introduce you to. And I said, sure, what is it? And he told me about it. I said, never heard of that before. He said, I would recommend you taking it, and, it could possibly help your hip. So me being a chiropractor, my questions were, is it safe? Is it effective? Is it natural? It fit all those things. So I said, sure, I'll take it, no problem. He said, hey, these things, didn't occur overnight. They're not going to get better overnight. I said, I totally understand that. I tell my patients that all the time. It takes time for the body to heal. But I tell you, with this, it was 10 days, and I was experiencing differences. I had 50% decrease in my pain, increase in range of motion in my hip. And I was like blown away. And I called Dr. DeLucia and I said, what is this stuff? Because, it hit those things, safe, effective, natural. So I was okay with taking it. But then I was like, there is something to this, And so I started, looking into it. He started, explaining to me about what it does and oxidative stress. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I just started to experience more and more changes in my health. And so I was pretty excited about it. So Brandon, you asked me about my dad. I'm really super excited about that. My dad and I are super close. We look a lot alike, and we just have a great relationship. And I was really upset with, he has macular degeneration. So he's 81. And so he was down here. This was like about 2 weeks after I started taking it, started experiencing some changes. So of course I wanted him on it. I said, Dad, you got to take this stuff, because he was getting like worse checkups at the eye doctor. I mean, the fluid was getting worse. His vision was getting worse. And I was just heartbroken for him because I didn't want to see the guy lose his eyesight, and macular degeneration, has that effect over time. Mm-hmm. So I told him, I said, Dad, you should take this. Well, he started taking the Tri-Synergy pack. Fortunately, he's open-minded like his son. And he said, yeah, sure, I'll take it. So my mom and dad actually started taking it. And I was very excited because he had his checkup after he left, and it was about a month later, and the doctor said, hey, what's happening? Because you have no fluid on one eye and very little fluid on the other eye. And it was the first good checkup that he had gotten in like 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. So that was really exciting. So of course, those things happen. I'm all in. I love being a part of this because, like I say, I'm very passionate about helping people, and I do think that things like this shouldn't be kept a secret from anybody. It really shouldn't be, and so I want to be part of getting it in the hands of as many people as we possibly can.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you were able to share that story. We're excited that you've joined the team. We're excited for the people that you introduced this to, and then the people they introduced this to, and so on and so forth, because we know that your story, while it's unique to you, we know these stories are out there by the thousands, and it is something that we enjoy sharing. At its core, we are here because the product helps people. And so excited for you to be here. I know you got some other things to do tonight, but I hope the Ravens do really good this year. They don't have to worry about Tom Brady and the AFC Championship anymore.
That's right.
So, anyway, and I know your LifeVantage business is going to do really well. So
yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yep.
Yeah, really. I'll tell you one other quick thing, because I was in my St. Pete office, and one of the doctors there started to take the product about 15, 20 days ago. And I wanted to get him involved because he touches a lot of people, with health conditions. So he started taking the product, and we went to the office because we did an office talk this evening, which we're going to, do that on a monthly basis too. Because like I say, we have to get in front of people. And so he was sharing his story, and he had a skin condition, some psoriasis, and he said he's never seen his skin clear like this. And he's really excited and pumped up about the product too. So it's really, really exciting. It is. I was so happy to hear his story, because I know his personal story is going to affect a lot of people that he gets in touch with. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great to hear as well. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm sorry I have to go. I'd love to stick around. I just have another call, but thank you so much for having me, and welcome everybody to the team.
Awesome. Nice. Awesome. All right, let's give away some stuff. Let's see. Is there any comments? Where are we at with the Bernards? And we have
the Bernards are on. You can add Daniel right there's a panelist.
Good.
But y'all want something? Y'all want me to give you a little something you can pick $50 worth of product?
So this is the deal.
Building your business.
So everybody that wins is going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 or the equivalent of in product. And I know Axio is at the top of that list.
Well, the great thing about Axio is it's so nice to be able to give other people, right?
Our new guy in Japan.
As you're building your business.
Our new guy in Japan that I talked to last night.
Yeah.
He messaged me. It's the morning. He said he just had his first Axio with Perrier. And I'm like, well, okay.
Well,
I mean, it's a little fancy, but it's all good.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep the first question super simple, but you need to know the answer. So we're going to cover it. So what is our team website? First person, we're watching.
Needs to be full, the full thing. No, in the chat.
In the chat, put your answer. Team True Blue, yes, but what is it? Lydia Newman, teamtrueblue.org.
Got it. It's Lydia Newman.
Lydia Newman.
Lydia Newman is the first one to respond. So very good.
Good job, Lydia.
So just a reminder too, guys, we're wanting to reserve these winners for people that signed up in the month of May and June already. It's Total Honor System. So if you signed up like in January, just let us know, hey, I signed up in January, give it to someone else.
Or if you enrolled this year, that's fine if you weren't on the last Zoom. Because the whole idea, you guys, some of these questions are super basic, simple questions. If you've been around for a while, if you're new, you need to know this information. And so that's why we're covering. So can I ask another one?
Sure.
Okay. Let me see.
How many are we giving away? 10?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have like 8 questions.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how quick you are on this one. What's the name of the current promotion the company's running to put extra money in your pocket?
Here we go. Drum roll.
Watching.
Oh, and Lydia said, "Oh, that's not me."
Uh-oh, we may need to go back through the comments.
Gold. No, not pace setter. Good try, Amanda. Good try.
The company has a promotion right now where they're putting extra money in your pocket for doing what you want to do anyway. That's it. Flip the switch.
That's it. Flip the switch.
Ann Lee.
Ann
okay,
Lee.
So what we're going to have to figure out is more about Ann Lee. Give us your full name, Ann Lee, so we can find you.
Yep, and we need to kind of know who you're working with.
I guess it would be, because Lydia's so sweet and honest, I guess it would possibly be Laura Rowley.
No, right here, right?
Oh, no, LifeVantage.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. Lori Rowley. Lori Rowley is now the winner of
the first
question.
The second one is still Ann Lee.
Ann Lee.
Ann's in my group. Gary, thank you for your help with that.
All right, right on. Good. So Ann's on it. Flip the switch. And I hope, Ann, you're going to get some of that flip the switch money. If you guys don't know about that promotion, the company is giving away lots of money. And then it's for ranks, getting the Pro 3, 4, 5, or 6. And the promotion ends this month, but if you hold your rank, so let's say you hit Pro 3 this month and you hold it next month, they give you the money again next month too for holding the extra month. So yeah, awesome stuff. One more before we go to Shayla.
Okay, let's see. What's the name of the company training that occurs on Saturdays?
Every Saturday. We've been doing this for a few months. There's a name for the training.
Corporate provides this training.
Starts at noon Eastern.
That was my next question.
Oh.
Guess you won't get that one.
They're searching.
What's the name of the training?
There it is.
Sulyn
Torres.
Sulyn, Sulyn Torres. Whose group are you in, Sulyn?
Or who knows who Sulyn is, so we can connect with them and make sure we get the products to the right people.
We gotta make sure we get it to the right people.
She said yes.
Yes. Winning. Shayla.
Shayla. That's awesome.
Shayla's team. Fantastic.
Awesome. Good job. All right, so I blew the next question. So why don't
let's move on to our next interview.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So let's bring Shayla on. You guys, a lot of you guys know who Shayla De Leon is. For those of you who don't, I don't know. We could go on for a long time talking about Shayla and who she is. We absolutely love working with Shayla. We work with her weekly. We spent almost 6 weeks with her in Spain, and then I've been back to Spain, and she's down in Puerto Rico. She's in a city called Bayamón, which is outside of San Juan. You guys know some of the obstacles that Puerto Rico has had to overcome, and you're looking at one of the main reasons Puerto Rico is still intact from a LifeVantage and True Blue standpoint. She's right here. She's one of the reasons why it's still intact, and now not only intact, her volume almost doubled last month. Like her volume, she is crushing it right now, just growing by thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's fun. And so we wanted the team to get to meet Shayla tonight. For those that didn't, the new people, the people that have been around, of course, know who Shayla is. So Shayla, I've given them a little bit of an introduction. Tell them a little bit about how you found out about LifeVantage and maybe why you decided to join.
Thanks, Brandon and Lynette. Really honored to be with you all today. Sending our love from our Puerto Rican team to all the new distributors that are joining us. Let me tell you a little bit about my story and how LifeVantage came into my life. First of all, happily married for the past 30 years, blessed with 2 beautiful children. But before I began, before being part of LifeVantage, I worked in the insurance industry for more than 24 years, vice president, supervising over 25 people, dealing with high-profile clients. So I worked under a lot of stress. As a result, well, my health took a turn for the worst. High blood pressure, migraine headaches, what else? Thyroid cancer. And I lost a kidney. Yeah. I arrived at the emergency room with a hemorrhage and traced it all the way to my right kidney, and it was removed. But during those regular tests with a hemoglobin of 5, I found out that I was pregnant. So yeah, I was ready to change my present circumstances because my present circumstances was literally killing me. My body was sending me a message that it was time for a change. I wanted with all my heart to have time with my family, to have time to do the things that really make a difference and make me happy and are very important in my family's life. So my work was taking away not only my precious time, it was taking away my energy, my enthusiasm, my happiness, and obviously it was taking away my health. While this was going on, my sister that lives in Tampa, Florida, 7 years ago, in 2012, she sent me the ABC Primetime News report. But she was very clever in the way she did it. She told me that she really valued my years of experience being in front of all these different companies, and that she was presented with something that was very interesting, and she wanted my feedback. She wanted for me to give her my feedback. So after 4 or 5 follow-ups, I finally saw the ABC Primetime News report, and I was just amazed with what I saw. I had so many questions. At first, I thought it was just too good to be true. Maybe you've thought the same thing. So I really wanted validation. I wanted proof. But she was very diligent. There's a lot of learning from the way she handled, all my questions and everything I was throwing to her. She was very diligent because she followed the system to perfection. She put in front of me her upline, and he was the one that answered all of my questions, which was many questions. And he showed me PubMed.gov. So that was all that I needed to see, and I finally joined the company. And at the beginning, listen, it wasn't easy. My enroller lived in in Tampa, and I lived in Puerto Rico. So there was nobody there to teach me how to do a presentation, nobody to be with me in my first home meetings. And above all, everything was in English. So in Puerto Rico, the local language is in Spanish. So I had 2 options. I could either wait patiently for the company to publish everything in Spanish, or I could just roll up my sleeves and get to work. So I decided, I made a decision that I was not going to permit any obstacle to be in my way. And I can now say, 7 years later, that I am so glad. I am so glad I decided to make it possible to overcome all those obstacles that were in front of me. So maybe you're in the same position. Maybe you were enrolled by somebody that does not live in your city. Maybe you're facing different challenges, but maybe you also had to roll up your sleeves and make it happen. And most probably, you will be able to overcome those obstacles. But I can assure you, you can do this. I can assure you that you will grow as a great network marketing professional because of it. And so many things made a big difference in my mindset in this company. When I went to my first Elite Academy, which was actually 1 month after I enrolled as a distributor, I was in the same position as you are. I was just enrolled, new to distributor, excited, but still with many questions in my mind. Was this the right decision? Was this a place that I should be? But in this Elite Academy in San Antonio, Texas, I still remember sitting in the last row. I remember hearing pro-10s, Brandon Linett, many other pro-10s that were in stage. The first time I met them, and they shared their stories. And I remember just being blown away by how in 5 years, most of them had reached their goals. And I remember telling myself, I am going to teach the system that they're following because I want those results. I want to be up there with my family being staged. I want to feel the satisfaction of having that time freedom and being in control of my life, my health, and just doing those things that really make me happy. So I knew that I was not going to reinvent the wheel. I was going to follow the system. That's so key at this point in your business. For those of you that are brand new, following a system is very, very important. You probably have experiences in other MLM companies. Maybe some of you come from another company. Maybe some of you have other businesses, other type of businesses, and you feel you could implement those systems here. Well, let me tell you, most likely it's not going to work. Do not reinvent the wheel. Don't try to implement what you're bringing in your backpack to LifeVantage. You have in your hand a very important tool. Most likely your upline, your enroller has shared it with you, which is the launch guide. In 7 years that we have been, in this team working with our groups in Puerto Rico and internationally, we have put in place, right, Brandon, Lynette, so many tools to help our business partners. But the growth that I have seen over the past 3 months, just teaching the system, teaching them how to launch their business using the guide, and then just duplicating the process throughout the organization, the growth has just been huge. So let me share with you something. In March, we began to implement, and we had around 89 enrollments. In April, it went up by 64, 65, out to 153. And in May, we closed with 218 new enrollments, approximately 72% increase. What was the key? We followed the system. We made it simple. So my friend, just don't reinvent the wheel. The system works. All you have to do is teach the 1, 2, 3 step of launching your business. And if you do, I am sure I will see you at the top. I am sure they will be seeing you recognized in stage in our global convention, and just making, being that example, leading your team with your example, and you'll see, just keep it simple. To me, that will be the biggest takeaway that I could probably share with you tonight. So I wish you huge success in the launching of your business. Thanks, Brandon, Lynette, for the privilege of being in this call. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you're certainly deserving. And her English is amazing, isn't it? Like she does amazing.
I was thinking that while she was talking.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so impressive.
Speak to all of our Spanish. Give our Spanish folks just a snippet of what they should be excited about. There's some people here that speak Spanish, so let it rip in Spanish.
Bueno, la verdad que estamos sumamente emocionados por tener todo el equipo latino presente. Ya veo que Zully ya se ganó un premio, así que tenemos que estar haciendo más ruido. Tenemos un sistema aprobado, familia. Este es el momento de correr. Este es nuestro momento para llevar nuestro negocio al próximo nivel. Todo está a nuestro favor. Una promoción increíble, miles de dólares ahí para ti, un sistema aprobado. Solamente falta tomar la decisión. Así que les deseo mucho éxito a todos ustedes en este mes de junio, que yo sé que vamos a arrasar con todos esos premios. Arriba, familia latina.
Bueno, excelente, excelente, bueno.
You guys, I'm gonna see if you guys got that. Let me see what did you say.
You got it.
I'll throw it back to you.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shayla. I like, the bad part is we know so much more of every person's story that's on here. And what you're forced to do in scenarios like this is just kind of pick which part of your story that you're going to share. And I love everything that Shayla shared, but there's so much more to her story, you guys. We have such amazing people on this team, and I'm glad that you're getting a snippet of it, but it's phenomenal. So thank you so much, Shayla.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. So we'll prepare to ask some more questions, so you guys get your fingers ready to go on Lynette's teeing that up. On teamtrueblue.org, what was one of the questions we already went over. Are you going to be talking about?
No.
Okay. There on the homepage is our core values. And I think for the new people that are getting on here, it's really important that you understand how we operate, what we do, what helps us make decisions every day, and how we act upon things. There's 7 core values that drive our decisions and our actions. And without getting off into the weeds and keeping this call today very positive, there's things going on in the world that are obviously a sign of a bigger problem. And what we try to do in this team is provide people inside the team things that are missing outside of the team. And so go look at those core values and know that you have joined a team that lives and breathes by those core values. It's how we operate. And it's why this team has been so successful for so many years and will be successful for many, many more years to come. It's coming, guys. The momentum is rolling. So what's the next questions? Get those fingers ready. If you haven't figured this out yet, these questions are geared towards what you need to know to make some success early. Like you need to know certain things early on, and that's what these questions are geared at. So
Okay.
what you got?
So here's the question. What night of the week does corporate provide a opportunity meeting?
An overview.
What night do they host?
Boom.
Boom.
Ricky Bobby. Ricky Treadwell. I love it. Ricky, is Bobby really your middle name, or is that a spin off of the movie? Come on now, tell me what the deal is, because
we're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I saw he owns Ricky Bobby LLC. So tell us, Ricky Bobby.
We'll have to wait for that.
Yeah, we'll have to wait.
We'll have to wait for that reply. Okay, next question. Y'all ready? My buddy had the movie.
Oh wow. We got to get Ricky Bobby on here. Ricky is an interesting guy.
We got stories coming. I can see that.
I don't know how many times people quote that movie, Talladega Nights, but it's got to be one of the most quoted movies of all time. So,
okay, ready for the next question. Here we go. And we're going to ask, by the way, that if you win something, that we let someone else win the next time. All right? So here we go. Next question. What's the name of the PDF that we use to start our business? Shayla just mentioned it. If you
Shayla just had it in her hand. 2 words. It's 2 words.
Let's see what you got, peoples.
There it is. Amanda Fine.
Amanda Fine.
Amanda,
right.
Who knows Amanda? Or Amanda, who are you working with so we can coordinate getting you these little packages?
Your little surprise.
She's with J-Lo.
J-Lo.
J-Lo. Fantastic. Well, congratulations, Amanda.
Nice job.
Yep.
All right, next question. Let's see what I got. Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. How much volume does it take to hit Pro 3? Pro 3
Sales
game?
volume. Sales volume. How much sales volume do you need to get to Pro 3?
That is our core rank here at LifeVantage.
Close.
No.
Melissa's close, but it's not horseshoes. There's a number. There it is, but she's already won.
She's already won. Who's our next option? Somebody just has to look into the comments.
Eddie says, here's Ricky Bobby.
Is Eddie sitting next to Ricky Bobby?
He's a rock star. Come on, the answer's already been given. There we go. Melissa Somerville. All right, so who's Melissa working with? Melissa, tell us who you're working with, or who knows Melissa?
Melissa's with J-Lo, huh?
Maybe so. There's another one coming in now with 5,000.
Let's see in the comments.
All right, let's give away one more before we go to the Menards.
One more. Let's see.
Which one?
What's the website used to access the studies that have been done on Protandim?
There's a website that is the real deal, the one that everybody would like to be a part of, but they just don't get invited.
Oh, Jimmy, that's
right. What's the website? There it is. Same.
Melissa. Okay, we got to get another one. Melissa already won. Some of your friends are making this easy for you, you guys. You can literally just copy and paste.
Yes, at this point. Ricky Bobby's going to put PubMed.gov again.
But say that. You need to just type it in because you were a little late on the last one.
All right, well, we're waiting for a winner on that one. Let's go to the Menards. I think we've got both Daniel and Kathy here with us tonight. They are Pro 8s. I don't think I said the Shayla is a Pro 7. The Menards are Pro 8s. That means you have a minimum of 200,000 points or dollars in volume in your organization. So they live here in Florida and have an amazing story that we would like for them to share. So Daniel, Kathy, I don't know if your camera's working, but we'd love to see your faces and have you guys introduce yourselves and let them know what here we go. Is it coming on?
You see us?
I can hear you. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
Yay.
Now,
It's taken a while to get on tonight.
Y'all knew this
Okay.
was happening.
hey, let me tell you a quick
Two
story about
computers.
Daniel and Kathy. I'll do this really quick because I know the time goes by so fast. When I met Daniel, I met him at a Starbucks. I was the person that was brought in to kind of validate some things. And this is my impression of Daniel at the Starbucks. So needless to say, I didn't think we were going to get anywhere. And then once he agreed to, do a meeting, he's like, you can do a meeting, but you can't talk about the business. You can only talk about the products. And so lo and behold, here we are now, guys. They're Pro 8s in our business. They are amazing people. Both of them have dedicated their lives to the ministry for many years. And when you're talking about connecting yourself to good people, connecting yourself to people that are better than you, the Bernards are people that you want to connect to. They are absolutely amazing people. So Daniel and Kathy, tell them a little bit about, your early days at LifeVantage, maybe some of the things you were worried about and what you're excited about now.
Well, thank you for letting us get on and share part of our story tonight. It's hard to believe it's been over 9 years that we got introduced to this whole thing. And to tell you the truth, guys, we were praying for a difference to happen in our lives. We run a nonprofit and we still run it. But at that time, we were like, if we could get out of this daily operation and not have to be here all the time doing this. We want to do other things, but we had to get paid. I mean, we were getting paid through our nonprofit, so you had to trade time for money. So when we got introduced to this, at first, and Brandon knows this story pretty well because he was involved in our story, but at first when we saw the product, and at that time there was only one product, guys, it was just NRF2, we both looked at each other and we said, wow, if this is for real, we're going to take this stuff, even though we don't have any issues right now. And then I said something that was really out of character for me. I turned to him and said, if this is real, we need to buy some stock. And we weren't even stock people at that time. We are now, though. But, and we laughed about that. But then the business side of it, I have to admit, I was the bad person. Because Daniel kind of got it right away. And I was like, no, it's network marketing. I don't want anything to do with this thing. And so it took about a week or so before we kind of said, okay, we're going to give this a try. And there was 2 things that we did, guys, in making this decision. We both said, we kind of had a bad taste for network marketing. So we said, if we're going to give this a shot, then we're going to set a goal. And we said, if we work this part-time, we are going to give it 2 years. And if it doesn't work in 2 years, then we'll just, walk from it. But if it works in 2 years, then we'll continue. So we did it part-time, and within 13 months, we were elites, and then 24 months, we were Pro 8s. So it does work, guys. The other thing that we did after setting that goal is we said we were going to be teachable. And a lot of times when you get into a business, we tend to want to do our own thing, and we don't really want to listen to people. We think we have a better way, better ideas. And we said, if we're going to give this a fair shake, then we've got to do it the way they tell us to do it. And it's not easy. And we even talk about today, and Brandon, you probably remember the day that Daniel invited you to the office for a couple of phone calls that ended up being a whole day of phone calls, and how you were going like this the whole time, telling Daniel to be quiet and not say that and do this and that. But that's the key, guys, is to not try to invent something yourselves, but to go by the things that the company has given us. And Brandon and Lynette, you've been good to give us resources and stuff so that we can be able to be trained correctly and then to duplicate it. So that's kind of our story. But after we got to that elite rank, Then we learned a valuable lesson about residual income. So I'm going to let Daniel tell a little thing right then.
Well, bienvenidos todos los personas a esta compañía, LifeVantage, y la compañía es muy excelente y los productos son tremendo.
Okay.
How about that? I can speak in Spanish too.
Better than me.
I think
Better
you,
than me, Daniel.
I think you just ordered some nachos at Taco Bell.
Hey, you know, and for all you Ricky Bobby fans, you know, we're, you know, informally known as Shake and Bake. Just to let you know. All right. So anyway, but all right. No, hey, okay, seriously, yes, obviously. So to continue the story is that, you know, once we hit Pro A, which is unbelievable, never seen, you know, I just tell you, that's real good money for a preacher. You know, so we are just so excited and so forth, never seen that kind of money in our life. And yet, you know, 3 months after we hit Pro A, something unexpected happened that we'd never, thought would take place either. And that is, my son had a near fatal car accident as he was pursuing an acting career out in LA. And so, you know, wasn't expected to live. And if he does live, you know, they said that he was going to never be functional again. And, you know, God had something else to say about that. And we've seen him had a complete recovery. But of course, in the midst of all that, you know, we were taken out of pocket, you know, for as far as the business goes, completely. And for, you know, totally for 4 months, you know, we were by his bedside and seeing him do the initial rehabbing and so forth. And yet, because we had invested in other people's lives, we had a great team with Brandon and Lynette and others, you know, our income, you know, continued actually to increase during that time. Not only did it increase, but our income increased, and of course our volume increased. It was just unbelievable. So yes, we definitely believe in network marketing now. So to have that kind of residual income, and it's helped us in other areas as well, especially as we've continued to, you know, because we still run the ministry full time. We're now full-time volunteers because we gave back our salaries back to our nonprofit. We, you know, for the last 8 years, we have not taken an income from our nonprofit. So indirectly, it's become basically a fundraiser for our nonprofit as well, as we continue to serve in that area. But, you know, such a blessing. Of course, all of you know, even now, in this crisis that we've been going through, to have a residual income, oh man, you know, and so which is a huge asset, by the way, as far as when we're sharing with people, is the two topics everybody's thinking about today is have optimum health and how to have ongoing finances in this kind of a season. So, you know, we're so grateful. Of course, grateful for Brandon and Lynette, and you know, because we didn't know anything. We've never been in business before, and you know, we're so impacted with the products, and really, we've already kind of seen that today a little bit. We've seen just the quality of people that have come in and are part of this business, and that's really won us. We've heard about all kinds of the hype and so forth. You hear about network marketing, but Brandon and others that they shared, we saw the quality of people that were coming into this company, and it was just very straightforward. Here's the facts. Here's our company. Here's our cutting edge, scientifically proven products with all the science behind it. Do you see an opportunity? Then join us. That's simple, guys. And you know, and it was just a matter of sharing that same story in that same manner with people who basically said, you know, there's something different about this. This is a different company than what we're used to. And it definitely is. So, you know, congratulations on becoming part of LifeVantage. You're in for a great experience with some really great people. And so we just want to thank you for being a part, and we're looking forward to hearing your stories as we continue this journey together.
Thank you guys for being on. Their story is so powerful, guys. They were able, when their son had the accident, there was no question. They were able right away to get out from Florida to California, and they stayed there right by bedside. The story is amazing. If you get to meet Daniel and Kathy at the next event, have them elaborate on what's happened since. It's just amazing. Thank you guys for being a part tonight. Thank you for being a part of the team. and their team as well. I spent some time with Mimi today on Zooms, and she's got some incredible things going on in that organization. Of course, you've got other amazing things going on too. So their business, I've seen over the last 90 days, the volume's growing in your back office over the last 90 days. Some incredible things happening for you guys. So thank you for being on tonight. Appreciate it.
I noticed that in the comments, you guys, we did get somebody who put in the answer, but Lord help me if I'm going to try to say this. King Zulan.
Oh, goodness.
Is the one who gave the answer. So make sure that you type in the chat whose team you work directly with, and if, like, what name you're enrolled under, so we can find you and make sure that we give you your reward of that question. I've got 2 more questions, and then it's going to be a wrap for the night, you guys. So let's get to it. Let me see. The next question. Did I see that right? Oh, no, I thought I read something else. What is the location of our next big corporate event?
What city?
Yeah.
What city?
What city is the location of our next big Las Vegas? Ricky
Bobby.
knows. Who else knows besides Ricky Bobby? Ooh, Gary knows.
Ricky Bobby's fingers as fast as his foot for pedals.
Let's see. Who else knows?
Where is convention going to be?
You guys, you heard a little bit about it. It's when you get to that first corporate event, it is game
There
changing.
she is.
There she is. She gets her chance. Bethsaida.
Is that Spanish? Well, I would have to say that's probably Spanish. Maybe not.
Are you, let's see, is that Shayla's team, maybe?
Laselli's.
Puerto
She's from Laselli's team. I think I saw Laselli's on here. Laselli's had a great month too last month. Congratulations, Laselli's. We're watching an amazing leader down there.
All right, I've got one more question before we call it a night. Where's my asterisk? Okay. When is our, I should say, we've got some Spanish representatives on here tonight. So let me say this. When is our English team Facebook Live? What day of the week? What time?
We do it every week at the same day and the same time. Every week. It's really important you guys connect to that Facebook Live. No.
No, not Friday at 9.
Not Friday at 9.
Nope. What else you got? The Team True Blue Facebook group. We go live
They're throwing out days and time there. There it is.
Monday to Melissa. Melissa's giving the answers out. Lynette Young knows.
You guys can help your new people out. You can help your new people out. If your new people on here, help them out. Now, don't do it in the chat. Maybe text them.
Lots of winners tonight.
While we're waiting for that one to show up, guys, thank y'all so much for being on here tonight. We recorded this. I feel like this is a great way for the new people to get introduced to some of the leaders in the team and some of the stories, and to show the diversity across this team. This team is international, guys. It's around the globe. The sun is shining in Asia Pacific. We got team members there. And when we're sleeping, the sun will be shining in Europe. And we got team members there, all of us working together to create some amazing things for our families and other people's families. So we thank you guys for being on here tonight. It's recorded. We will put this inside our Facebook group, Team True Blues Facebook group. We'll have it on there for you guys to be able to share and tag people in. So thank you so much for being on here tonight.
And welcome to the team. We're so excited that you're here, and we can't wait for you to see all that we have here at LifeVantage, because there's a lot in this incredible team.
And for those that are on here that are Spanish or bilingual or have people that in your network that are Spanish, everything we do in English, we have a mirror copy, a carbon copy in Spanish. Those calls happen on Tuesday But there's the websites there. It's all there. Shayla, you want to give that rundown real quick? I saw your camera just pop on. You want to give those dates and times and websites for the Spanish team?
Make sure you unmute yourself, Shayla.
Yeah, you're muted right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yo soy en Spanish.
Sure.
Que Brandon quiere que les anuncie a todos los están conectados que hablan español. I'm saying this because we have many English-speaking leaders that have Spanish-speaking distributors as well. We do Spanish leadership calls every Tuesday at 12 noon. So you are all welcome. We have a Spanish Facebook group. It's called Equipo True Blue. It's a Spanish version. So if you have Spanish-speaking leaders in your organization, please include them in our Facebook group. That way they'll be able to get to know all the meetings and all the events that we have in Spanish. Okay.
Shayla's also doing the enrollment challenge, guys. Her team is loving the enrollment challenge. I'm watching all the awards. So even the enrollment challenge we're doing in the English, she's spearheading for Spanish, and she happens to be a gold medalist herself from last month.
Leading by example.
To lead by example. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks so much for jumping on.
Bye-bye.